Hey, well, I'm putting together another Goodwill box. What do you call it? Goodwill box? Yeah. Anyway, for the Raffle truck for Canby. Anyway, I figured, well, as I'm putting it in, I got a bunch of NOS stuff here with numbers and stuff like that. So I figured I'll throw them up in a vid. You can just pause and catch them real quick, stuff like that. Some of this stuff, you know, you don't see anymore. Hopefully I'll be able to find it when I need it for my projects, but that truck's got to get done, and it's woefully short of the minor parts. So I'm going to start putting a bunch of stuff in a box here, a couple of boxes, and get those down to Al. So we'll just go through them. This is the oil sending unit for the oil pressure gauge, and that's not a NOS, but it's a, that's what that is. I'll reorganize the box later. Here's an NOS water pump going down, and it might take way too long if I have to open all this stuff up, but it's got a little bit of surface corrosion there on the pulley connection or whatever, so just need to get a little Scotch-Brite and stuff like that. It's taken me long enough just to round all this stuff up, put it together, let alone having to go back and try to clean any of that. So hopefully they'll have enough manpower down there to do some of that. These, I don't have an NOS number. That's who I got them from. If it's still around, I have no clue. You can find these on eBay and stuff like that. These are the rubber protective caps that go on the back of the disc brake or the drum brake backing plates, where that sliding adjuster is. So I've shown a video before on how to get those apart and that stuff, and this is what covers them and is supposed to help keep it from getting all trashed. Upper and lower radiator hoses. This should be the lower. They're not NOS, but they're brand new, sitting here waiting. There's a gasket for the thermostat. And there's an NOS thermostat, 82 degrees Celsius, whatever that is in Fahrenheit. And it is kind of nice because it's one with the little bleeder hole. And if you're not familiar with those, it goes in like this so that the water is in contact with the bimetallic coil here, and that contracts. It pulls this open as it gets hot. And so this is a weep hole, a bleed hole, and so air. That's why it even says here top. So you put it on toward the high side of wherever. I think on the L16 it sits flat anyway, but that lets the air out and stuff like that, so you don't have a big air bubble in the head when you're putting it together. This, I'm not going to pull it out of the wrapper, but it is the dust boot that goes over the clutch fork. Okay, they're putting a dog leg in the truck, which is a 5-speed. I got these. I have a dog leg. I don't know if that's what those are for or not. These are the little rubber bumpers for like the fuel door, possibly even the glove box, I think. Or maybe neither. Anyway, there's the NOS number. Right up there in the corner too. These are kind of hard to come by hoses, so I sure hope I don't get bit in the ass trying to... It's a second set, so I hope I don't need 2 sets. I still have 2 projects. That's water hose. This is the short Z one that connects the back of the head to the firewall. This is the long one, and it's 2 different sizes on each end. And that also connects the firewall from behind the head up to a bypass, water pump, something like that. And I don't remember where this goes. I'm sending it down. I got a feeling they need it, but it's a little bypass hose. And it's 2 different sizes as well. Typically, they look more like this. I think that's basically the same hose. This is more of a trim to fit. But none of the other hoses have the cloth on them, so I'm going to go ahead and send this down. So, NOS fuel pump. So, you know, little corrosion from sitting on the shelf. There's no way to check this one to guess we hook up vacuum gauge, stuff like that, but if it turns out it's bad, and we have to put a different one on. So we'll see. It is brand new. Hopefully that means it's good, and hopefully that's the part number. I thought there was a sticker on here saying what it fit. Okay, well, hopefully it works. Hopefully it fits. And I'm sending them down in this bag because I want to keep the number on this. Everything else I pretty much have numbers for. And of course I have numbers on the video. Anyway, they're little plugs for holes. I'm not exactly sure for what or where. I have some brand new reservoirs, but it turns out that they're too small. You know, one of those eBay things where, you know, just like they list 521 tail lights, and you get excited and you order them, and then you realize, no, they're 520 tail lights. So basically the same thing with the reservoir. So I'm going to send down some used ones here to get cleaned up and put on, because the new ones I have are not the same diameter. So if they were, yeah, they're just not. So now this is a brand new, or reman, I would guess. He said he wanted to put on a 15/16. So now the biggest difference between this is off a 79 280ZX. There's the part number. If you get the 620 disc drum reservoir, or master cylinder rather, and okay, here we go. So rear circuit's on the front here. So anyway, if you get the other ones, the bleeder valves are on this side, which puts it right there against the clutch, which is the clutch master cylinder, which is really, really close. So that was part of the reason for going with this one. So yes, you can put the other ones on, but they get so close that on some of these you literally have to cut the nipple off the bleeder screw when it's on this side. So it takes a bit more leg, but it pushes more fluid. So the pedal doesn't go down as far. So hopefully the winner of the truck is not super weak or super tall, because super tall guys in a 521 their legs stay really bent while they're trying to push. So NOS V-belt doesn't, there's a number for it. I'll assume, since the rest of the engine parts are L16, that that is too. This is a BAP Gion, and I don't know if we can get the part number off it. It kind of looks like a 60534. Anyway, it should be a speedometer cable for the 521. Looks like it. It's been years since I've looked at a cable, so kind of having a hard time giving this one up, because you know, it's one of those items you just can't find anymore, kind of thing. And I still have 2 pickups. Oh, well, I guess I can take these rubber boots out, since I already threw the other ones in there. Anyway, these are pedals, and these are aftermarket. I ordered these off eBay, so there's no NOS number or anything like that. So that should fit the gas pedal, the brake, and the clutch. I'm going to send down this. fuel pressure regulator, because they are running a Weber. And the Weber uses a very, very light fuel pressure, 2 to 3 pounds, something like that. And I want to say the factory pump puts out like about 7. So these, at least back when I was messing with Datsuns a lot and dealing with the Webers and stuff like that, this was a common item to put in. Otherwise, it can just blow right past the float valve on the Weber. So if it's not needed, hey, great, I'll get it back. I could use it for another project. I was going to send a few of those down, but I don't think I have to, because I'm going to loan him my tool, and he's going to double flare new nuts onto the line. So I got to remember to get new nuts, or pull out the new nuts I have. This is the adjustable proportioning valve that was destined to go in the Mend project. Mend prop valve. Oh, I got the information upstairs on who I got it from on eBay. 4-wheel drive seller on eBay, but I've had it for years, so you know how that goes. They may not be around anymore. So, hate to give this up too. That's good. That's good 50, 60 bucks right there. This is the push rod for the new master cylinder. So that's something I make that I still don't have them up on the website, but I got a handful of them made and available right now. I'm gonna send this down if they can use it. Great. You know, it's a coil. It's the clamp that goes around the coil. So since everything else would be pretty, if that works, great. If not, I don't care. And then, and I think this is, God, it just doesn't look dirty enough to be used. It does have some oil residue on it, so it's almost like it was new, but not very old at all. Oh yeah, but it is pretty old. It's good soap and water to clean it up there, and it ought to last for a while. Anyway, that's a shift boot. The one they have has got a big ass tear in it, so this is nicer. Somebody can wash that up. And this is a Dakin clutch. That's a pretty good brand, as far as I know. So whatever you can make of the numbers there. That is the clutch disc. And then here's the pressure plate. Now, this thing sat on the guy's shelf forever. So it's brand new, but it'll just need a little Scotch-Brite there, emery paper or whatever to get it cleaned up. So anyway, that's going down to him too. I have no clue how much Dakin clutch costs, but considering the sticker it's got on it, I would assume it's what the factory put in. So. I'm also going to send down some brake line. I got to round up a couple other items to send down. Got to go find those nuts. Oh, I've got some shifter bushings there upstairs because I just modeled them in CAD so I can make more after I send them. I think that's it for now.